Oh, well, yeah, I'm terrible at this stuff. You even say DNS or name servers, and I'm just like, I use Kinsta hosting with amazing customer support. I'm just like, open it up. You got to help me out here. How do I do this, right? Like, because I register with GoDaddy, and then I got hosting there, I got Cloudflare, and it's like all supposed to be integrated. And to this day, I don't even know how to. I can barely, like. It seems like starting a site is hard to get all this stuff going. So if you're frustrated getting your site going and it's driving you crazy with all this tech stuff, just jumble through it. Usually, most hosting companies have really good support. Even the lower cost ones, I'm amazed at the live chat. Like, I still have Bluehost account, and I'll hit them up on live chat when I got to deal with this stuff. They're very helpful. But probably my worst tech story is with my biggest site. This is gonna be a couple of years ago. It was doing really well then, and I got some sort of malware attack on this thing. Like, it was totally brutal. In fact, it was displaying as a .ru. No, I didn't. That's not the site, right? They basically took it over, and I could still go in there and deal with the content and everything, but it was somehow shown as a .ru, and it was completely hacked, and I had no idea what to do. And within a fairly short time after that, it was de-indexed from Google. Like, they basically told me, Search Console, your site's like de-indexed. I'm like, whoa. I had a pretty good idea it was the hack and nothing else. So I thought, okay, well, I think I could fix this. But I was pretty nervous about that, obviously, right? So I think I hired security at that point. Like, they have services that can they got the freebie sort of thing, but I had to pay them. And they went in and they just cleaned the thing out. And I was actually really amazed because Google re-indexed it very, very quickly. I think I had to submit a review for it once security had done their thing. And I wrote a little thing, security did all blah, 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 blah. And I mean, within a week, it was re-indexed, which I was really impressed about, because Google is sort of known to us as like this big black hole with no customer support. You never hear anything, no matter what you ask them. And yeah, but sure enough, I mean, it was a quick response. It was re-indexed. All my rankings were golden. Like, they didn't really move. So I feel really fortunate I came out as I did. But I'll tell you, I think it was about 4 or 5 weeks that it took, like, dealing with that whole mess. That's by far the worst tech issue I ever had with a site. These attacks, like, recently I dealt with it again. It wasn't nearly as bad, but BuzzFeed had a really good article recently about how a lot of WordPress site owners are. What's happening is there's some sort of attack creating these. So if you have a site, check it. But they're creating users, admin users, and then they're going in and they're injecting outbound spam links. And they're hard to find because they usually target older content, which you wouldn't normally go and check. Like, it's not like we go check all our content every day to make sure it's good, right? We assume it's good. And I was just doing some work on some old posts, and I found these spam links. I'm like, what's this, right? And then I looked and I found this rogue user was created. And then I'm like, so anyways, I had to hire WordFence. They have a cleanup service for that, which was very cool. And they cleaned it. They got rid of the links. They cleaned it all up. But that was a recent thing. I mean, the site didn't get de-indexed, but I mean, who wants a bunch of? I had no idea how many spam outbound links were. I think there were over 20 though on the site, and that's not cool. So another tech problem. These things never stop.
Do you know if it was like an old plugin that had a vulnerability, or do you know how they got in?
Oh, probably because I'm super lazy and I don't update my stuff as quickly as I should. So I added Manage WP to my sites, which updates everything weekly. So yeah, it's my fault. I'm telling you, the tech stuff, I'm irresponsible. So it was my fault, like, for sure, right? Like, good word of advice: keep your stuff updated. And I installed WordFence. Also, I guess they have additional security measures against fake users being created and so forth. So far, seems good. I use the free version; seems to be good.
Cool. And another plug for Manage WP. So I use them too. I think it's like $1 or $2 per month per site to have like offsite backups. You can restore it at a push of a button. So I haven't, knock on wood, I haven't had any issues. And a lot of my sites are at SiteGround, and they have a malware scanning add-on that I always get, and it checks it. I think either it's weekly or daily, I can't remember. And if I ever have an issue, I know I can go back to Manage WP and restore from the point before there was an issue. And then, I mean, things are updated as they should be. And I'm pretty lean on plugins because I know there's always a vulnerability. Like the more things you have going on, like the more issues you can have. So scary.
Yeah. I'm a plugin hog. Another problem.
Oh yeah. How many do you usually have like on a baseline site?
30.
I try to keep it to about 10 or 11, and usually like 3 of those are security in some way or another. So did they slow your site down? I guess you're at Kinsta, so they're rocking it pretty good, right?
Probably do. I just can't seem to let go of them. But do as I say, not what I do. Keep the plugins to a minimum. And here's the thing. Here's it goes back to this distraction thing. You know, some cool little plugin comes out, you set it up, and then, you know, you deploy it across your content, and it's cool, it does what it says, but it's another plugin. And then it's like, oh, well, I don't want to get rid of it because I kind of like what it does. Now, if I would have just never bothered trying it in the first place, then I wouldn't have this problem. But that's how I end up with 30 plus plugins.
Gotcha.